Hello everyone. It is Livi at Twisted Willow Studio. I invite you to take a break with me to provide ourselves a little TLC in our day by exploring movement and stillness through the upper body, neck, and shoulders. For this practice, we'll need a wall space. If you do not have a wall space available, you can also do this practice on the floor. A pranayama bolster. A rolled towel or a yoga mat can also be utilized if you don't have specifically a pranayama bolster handy. And I'll give you a few moments. Gather your prop, come to the wall space or lower yourself down onto the floor, and we'll give ourselves a little TLC practice for the body. So we'll take the first few moments in our little break to arrive, allowing the tendrils of the mind an opportunity to pause, knowing that whatever beckons you outside of here will still be there after our little break together. And then you might want to join me in rocking side to side. We're going to take a moment to find ourselves standing very tall in mountain pose. When you're ready, finding your weight equal in both feet. And then as if you could lengthen across the bottom of the foot, feeling that energetic pull across the top. And then beginning to loop into your calves, feeling yourself lifting up through the calves. And that energy flowing into the thighs. And this begins to invite us to find a neutral pelvis, lengthening through the low back, allowing ourselves to draw up through the front. And this draws in to our ribs, knitting into center, lengthening through our spine. And from there, allowing the collarbones to broaden, to find the heads of the shoulders rolling up and down and back into a position that feels spacious. Welcoming our chin to a comfortable position that is somewhat level to the floor. And then finding length, not only through the spine, but also through the neck. Pausing into Tadasana. Allow yourself to take a couple of moments here. The eyes could choose to be open or closed. Noticing how your breath is moving, if it has any qualities of length. And then as we're ready, blinking the eyes open, we're going to scan the room looking towards the right. Scanning, using our eyes. And then big blink, looking up, looking to center, looking down. And then, yes, circling the eyes a few times around in one direction, as long as that's comfortable for you. And then several eye blinks. And then letting yourself circle the eyes around the opposite direction. Couple of eye blinks. And allowing the eyes to fall soft, your gaze towards the earth in front of you. We'll invite the face to know it can be expressionless, that it doesn't have to portray any particular emotion in this moment in our practice. And when you're ready, we're going to squeeze the face, squeeze the face, squeeze the face, and then open up, big breath in, and out through the jaw. Twice more, squeezing the face, squeezing the face, squeezing the face, breathing in. And out. Last time, squeezing the face, squeezing, squeezing, breathing in and out. On our next inhale, inviting the arms up. One hand reaching, pointer finger and thumb on the opposite hand, wrapping around that wrist, adding just a little hugging sensation. From here, we'll invite ourselves to lengthen through the spine up towards the sky. And with the breath, inviting ourselves to lean over. And you could choose to move in and out of this side bend. You could draw up and then invite yourself back over. You might decide to stay for a few moments. Or maybe there's that little dance between finding movement and comfortable stillness. As you're ready, allowing ourselves to switch sides, we're going to go broad through the arms. Inhaling, they sweep up in front of us. Opposite side, fingers around the wrist, gentle pressure, reaching up and over. Feeling the breath roll into the side body through the ribs. Breathing up and over. Coming up, and then one more time, up and over. And as that side feels complete, we'll bring the arms up, releasing the wrists to make those circles all of the way down, and halfway there, switching directions. Lovely. Inhaling, those arms are going to sweep up one more time. And then from here, we're going to swan dive forward, looking to lengthen the spine by utilizing forward fold. As you hinge through the hips, find yourself lengthening vertebrae by vertebrae. Soften the knees. Take a little inhale halfway, flattening the back. Invite a little bend into the knees as much as you need to welcome there to be space. And then folding forward, allowing the spine to lengthen under that pull of gravity, as long as that's comfortable for you. You could choose to drape the arms, or perhaps you explore having one hand on either elbow, inviting yourself to pause for a few breaths as long as it's comfortable here. You could also choose to fold towards your desk or towards a chair or a piece of furniture if folding forward felt like too much sensation. Maybe you sway a little side to side. And as forward fold feels complete, we'll draw ourselves up halfway to start. Hands lightly on top of the legs just to create support. And then hinging from the hips, lifting with a long spine, we'll roll the shoulders at the top as you're ready. Breathing here. As you're ready, coming back into mountain pose. This is where we're going to transfer either onto the ground, or if you have a large enough wall space, to the wall. We're going to be utilizing, again, a pranayama bolster, a rolled towel, or a rolled yoga mat. And from here, wall or earth, the bolster is going to come behind us. To start, our head will be on the bolster, arms out wide to either side. So inhaling, those arms come up towards our shoulder level, and then we fan them open towards the wall. And you could choose to stay there. Some of us might feel comfortable moving into a moment of stillness. You also might decide to go through these movements a few times, finding that comfortable position for the arms. Pausing here, checking in that the feet feel active, that with the rhythm of your breath, the body is inviting itself to lengthen up towards the sky. And as you're ready, relaxing those arms down, we'll sweep them up and out a couple of times here. And on this next movement, we're going to draw them up towards the sky. Elbows are going to bend, fingertips are going to come onto the tops of our shoulders. And the elbows to start will circle in, making broad circles as long as that's comfortable for you. And allowing those circles to grow gradually smaller and smaller and smaller. And then moving from small circles opposite direction with the elbows, getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And when that feels complete, broadening across the collarbones, lengthening through the arms. One more little pause. Two to three more breaths. Relaxing the arms down as you're ready. From here, we're going to come away from the wall ever so slightly so that that bolster can lower. One of two options. For some of us, it might be comfortable to have the bolster lower, the head roll back into that arc, and we're going to work with some movements that activate reciprocal inhibition. If that's too much sensation for you, then we bring the bolster back so that's underneath the head, and you'll go through those similar movements, moving within a range of motion that feels comfortable for you. So whichever feels most supportive, let's take just a couple of moments to discover that together. So head coming towards the wall, bolster at just below neck height, that arc through the neck. Then playing with arms. And if that felt too intense, you would just pull that bolster up. Same invitation, but with the bolster supporting the head. Breathing in, allowing yourself to lift up through the upper body. Arms are hovering away from the wall. The torso is supported by that bolster behind you. And we'll invite the head to begin turning side to side, going through a bit of neck flossing here. When you feel ready to do so, allowing the arms to relax, and the nose will turn off to one side and relax towards the armpit. And you could choose to stay here in stillness. You could also rise up and lower down, inviting in gentle movement. Inhaling, the head lifts. We leave it looking towards that one side, and then we're going to tip the ear back, looking for a stretch through the front here. I find I have to do a little chin tuck in order to find that space and to invite release into it. And once the edges begin to soften, drawing the head up, we'll inhale, arms lift. This time we're going to bring one hand onto either elbow. Arms are going to lift up overhead or towards overhead, honoring your range of motion. And the movement is going to invite us to lift and lower the arms as we hold on to the elbows. And then you could keep going through this movement. That might feel really comfortable for you. Or at any level towards the top, you can allow the arms to soften and allow that natural draw from gravity as we take a couple of breaths in this shape. Our bhavana is that intention of TLC for the upper back, shoulders, and neck. So noticing how this is feeling in that area of the body is that invitation in our practice. And you could choose to stay in stillness a little bit longer. If you'd like to take a couple of movements with me in and out with the arms, you are welcome to. And as you're ready, we'll go for the next stretch on the opposite side, inviting the arms back up. Opening them out to our sides. They hover away from the wall, and then we allow the head to move back and forth, moving within a comfortable range of motion. As we're ready, the arms will begin to lower. We'll turn to look towards the opposite side, and then we'll dip the nose down, inviting sensation between the ear and shoulder. And as that side feels complete, the head will lift up. We'll invite ourselves to continue looking to that same side as we look to bring sensation into the front of the neck, tipping our ear back, and then finding sensation here. You might have to tuck the chin slightly, inviting those front stabilizers to release a few threads of tension and feel a little bit more spacious from whatever it is that we're working on today. And as that feels complete, bringing the head up, drawing it to center, and allowing ourselves to roll one shoulder at a time, up, down, back. Lovely. From here, we're going to go through those reciprocal inhibition movements. So drawing ourselves to that tall, upright position, lengthening through the spine. And from here, the head will either relax to the bolster or back towards the wall. The arms will lift and they'll look to support themselves against the wall to start. We'll go through the movement 3 times together. As you're ready, arms hover, head lifts. We project the chin out, looking to one side, to the opposite side, to center, and then trying to lengthen the neck, drawing the head back, almost tucking the chin slightly. And then the arms are still lifted. We draw the head up. We look off to one side, opposite side, to center, lengthening it back. Relax the arms. And last one, lifting the arms, lifting the head, projecting the chin forward, looking to one side, to the opposite side, to center, and then to support. Inviting just a few more breaths here. Ensure that your joints have the opportunity to be soft. And as we're ready, we'll lift the head, lower the arms. If there's a movement here that your body is craving, such as the rolling of the shoulders or even the rocking of the head over, down, and back, allow yourself to have a couple of moments to explore that release. And then as you're ready, we'll release whatever prop you're using from behind our body. And the strengthening aspect here for our upper back, shoulders is going to be snow angels. So we'll bring ourselves right up to the wall, making those cactus arms beside us. And we are trying to keep the back of the hand, trying to keep the arms in contact with the wall. We're going to slide that up. Try to keep in contact with the wall, and then slide them down. Try and keep in contact with the wall. Invite yourself to find length through the body. And you can go through 3, 5, 8, or anywhere in between. But this is helping us activate the muscles along the upper back that can help support us throughout our day, whatever the activity is that's beckoning us. And if you're joining me on those 8, we have 2 more. And from there, relaxing the arms down by your side, inviting the breath in and out, listening to any wisdom whispers that might be coming from your body. And from here, we'll close with a little twisting action. So we're going to turn to one side. If it's available to you, turning to your right-hand side to start. We'll bring the arms together, and you can choose to keep the ears in line with the shoulders, or you could choose to relax the head. And we're going to go through this twisting action where we're rotating, 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 looking towards that thumb, opening through the heart, twisting through the spine, and then coming back to center. Rotating as you're ready, honoring your range of motion, and only going to that place just before your edge, knowing that there's spaciousness to explore between where you are and the edge of that stretch. Perhaps you'd like to take a little pause at the end here, and then coming back to center. Relaxing the arms, we'll turn to the opposite side. Arms coming out in front of us, rotating open, allowing the gaze to follow the hand, and then back. Again, this can be movement or stillness, whatever feels most supportive for you. Looking to give ourselves that little TLC, that tender love and care. Maybe you decide to pause here a moment. Then rotating back, deciding whether or not that's movement or stillness. Softening the arms as you're ready, turning your back to the wall once more. Little shoulder rolls. And finding that tall stance once more. We'll invite ourselves to interlink the fingers, bring the arms out in front of us, giving the wrists a gentle shake. And beginning to prepare ourselves to transition back to whatever beckons our attention next. I hope this practice invited space and support, a little TLC for your body for the day. Shake out those wrists and then circle them all the way down. Fingertips pointing down. Last one, little wrist stretch. And little wrist stretch. Relaxing the arms by our sides. You can choose to keep the eyes open or soften the eyelids, perhaps even welcome them to close. Giving yourself a moment of gratitude for pausing amongst all that you're up to today to have a little TLC for the body. And then my gratitude to you for sharing this space together. As you're ready, blinking the eyes open. I want to thank you for joining me for this mini TLC practice. I look forward to sharing more of them in the future. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, whatever awaits you next. Thanks for joining.